Hello dear learners, welcome to the channel Be a Learner. Today we are going to study about the chapter Heat. 10th Standard, State Board, Subject Science. Lesson number 5, Heat. So, let us start with the chapter. Latent Heat. In the previous standard, we have learnt about the heat and different types of heat transfer. We have also performed few experiments related to the expansion and the contraction of the solids, liquid and gases between the heat and temperature. Also, we had seen the contents like latent heat of phase transformation, anomalous behavior of water, dew point, humidity, specific heat capacity, etc. Now they have given the experiment. So let us see what they are doing in the latent heat experiment. Take a few pieces of ice in the glass beaker. Insert the bulb of a thermometer in the ice and measure its temperature. Put the beaker on a stand and heat the ice using a burner. Record the temperature using the thermometer after every time. As the ice is heated, it starts melting. Stir the mixture of ice and water. Continue the heating even after the ice starts melting. Draw a graph of the temperature versus time. In this, you are going to observe the temperature of the mixture remains 0 degrees Celsius. When? Till the ice melts completely. Once it starts heating, the temperature will start rising automatically and it will reach to 100 degrees Celsius. Next, we will see the temperature remains constant during the transition. Means till the water is melting, why does the temperature remains same or why does it remains constant? Because the ice is in solid form. First it is trying to melt. That means it is trying to convert itself into the water. It is not getting heated immediately. It is just trying to melt. And once it has melted completely, it will start getting heat. Thus, during the transition of the solid phase to liquid, the object absorbs heat energy. It is just absorbing and it does not increase the temperature. I hope you have understood this experiment. Let us go to the next para. The amount of heat energy absorbed at the constant temperature by the unit mass of a solid to convert into the liquid phase is called as specific latent heat of the fusion. This point is very important. Let us repeat it. The amount of heat energy absorbed at constant temperature by the unit mass of a solid to convert into liquid phase is called the specific latent heat of the fusion. Next, let us see the chart. Water. Melting point of water is 0. Boiling point is 100. Copper. Melting point is 1083. Boiling point is 2562. Ethyl alcohol. Melting point is negative 117. Boiling point is 78. Gold, melting point is 1063, boiling point is 2700. Silver, melting point is 962, boiling point is 2162. Lead, melting point 327.5, boiling point 1749. You need to remember this melting point and boiling point of each subjects. It is going to come in the exam for sure. And you also need to remember the specific latent heat of the fusion and specific latent heat of the vaporization. This chart is very important. This definition is very important. Once you Go through my fully video, write down this 5 times and read it again and again every day, so you can perfectly remember till your exams. Write down this chart also 5 times so that you can remember it perfectly till your exam arrives. Great. In between, I will give you some tips, so better record that and write it down in your notebook. Next, regulation. Now let us see that. You may have seen the preparation of an ice ball. First, an ice slab is shredded, and then the shredded ice is pressurized around the tip of a stick to prepare the ice ball. How does the shredded ice convert into the ice ball? If two small pieces of the ice are taken and pressed against each other for a while, what will happen? Yes, correct, they will stick to each other. Why does this happen? You can try at your home also. You can take 2 ice cubes, hold it tightly for some time, it will get stick to each other. The fresh ice which is been removed immediately from the refrigerator. So here they have given the experiment. What you have to do, you can try this under the observation of some elder person. Don't try it alone. Okay? Now let us try to understand that. Put a slab of an ice stand as shown in figure. Hang 2 equal weights of the 2 ends of a metal wire and put the wire on the slab as shown in the figure. What would you observe? It is observed that the wire gradually penetrates the ice slab. After some time, the wire comes out of the lower surface of the ice slab. However, the ice slab does not break. The phenomenon is which the ice converts to liquid due to the applied pressure and then reconverts to ice once the pressure is removed. It is called regulation. Did you understood? Yes. Till the pressure was there, it was trying to convert itself into water. Once the pressure is removed, again it converts into ice. Anomalous behavior of the water. You can try the above experiment at your home so you will understand in a better way. Practice this experiment under the guidance of some elder person or your parents. Next, let us go to the new paragraph. Anomalous behavior of water. In general, when a liquid is heated up to a certain temperature, it expands. When cooled, it contracts. Water, however, shows a special and exceptional behavior. If we heat water from 0 degree to 4 degrees Celsius, it contracts. That means the water will turn into ice. Okay. And when we are going to heat it, the water will become expand. The water will get reduced. When you are keeping the water for the boiling, you can observe it. The water is not the exact same amount which you had kept, because it expands. Here on the page number 65, they have just given the experiment of Hope's apparatus. You just need to read it. You can read it and you will understand it easily. That's nothing difficult to explain in that. Next we will go to 5.6. Time temperature graph. This is very important for your exam. Again, take your notebook, make a star mark on your textbook or write down on your notebook, page number 66, very important. Dew point and humidity. About 71% of the surface of the earth is covered with water. Everyone know that, right? Due to the constant evaporation of the water, water vapor is always present in the atmosphere. The amount of water vapor in the atmosphere helps us to understand the state of daily weather. How do we understand? Because of the amount of water vapor in the air or in the atmosphere. It helps us daily to understand the daily weather. We always get the weather report, right? So how do we get? Because of the amount of water vapor present in atmosphere. The things which I am repeating again and again, please make star mark in your textbook or you can write it down in your notebook. If you are unable to understand, listen the video again and again till you understand, because these are the very important parts which I am explaining. Next, The moisture in the atmosphere is called humidity. In Mumbai, we have a lot of humidity. The people who live in Mumbai must be knowing that there is a lot of humidity in Mumbai. It is hot and humid climate in the Mumbai. Next, for a given volume of air at a specific temperature, there is a limit on how much into the water droplets. When the air contains maximum possible water vapor, it is said to be saturated with the vapor at that temperature. Suppose unsaturated air at a certain temperature is taken and its temperature is decreased, a temperature is reached at which the air becomes saturated with the vapor, and this temperature is called as dew point temperature. Star mark, very important. Next, relative humidity. Is equal to actual mass of water vapor content in the air in the given volume upon mass of a vapor needed to make the air saturated in that volume into 100. You need to by heart this formula, write it down 10 times in your notebook, because you are going to have the sums which you need to solve based on this rule. So you need to by heart this rule perfectly, then only you can solve the sums. Yes. Next, let us study about the unit of heat. Unit of heat. The units of heat are joule in SI units, calorie in Cg units. The amount of heat necessary to raise the temperature of 1 gram of water by 1 degree Celsius from 14.5 degrees Celsius to 15.5 degrees Celsius is called 1 calorie heat. 14.5 degrees Celsius to 15.5 degrees Celsius means increase in 1 degree Celsius. That is known as 1 calorie heat. The important line, underline it. And from 1 degree Celsius, similarly, the amount of heat necessary to raise the temperature of 1 kg of water by 1 degree Celsius from 14.5 to 15.5 degrees Celsius is called as 1 kilocalorie heat. It is clear that 1 kilocalorie is equal to 1000 calories. Write down 10 times this formula and by heart it, remember it. Read the rules every day before sleeping, after waking up, because SSC is very important here. You can't just study during your exams. You need to be very prepared from the beginning. Next, let us study about the specific heat capacity. It is an experiment. Let us study. You can try at home also. Take 3 spheres of iron, copper and lead of equal mass. Iron, copper, lead. Put all the spheres in the boiling water in the beaker for some time. They are being put in the beaker for boiling. Take the spheres out of the water. Put them immediately on the thick slab of wax. Once you have taken out from boiling water, put them on the wax. Note the depth of each of the sphere. The iron will go very deep. The copper will be at medium place. The lead will be on up. Because it is light. The iron is very heavy. It goes deep inside the wax. The sphere which absorbs more heat from the water will give more heat to the wax. So, iron has absorbed more heat and that's why it went more down. Copper has absorbed little bit, so it goes in less amount. Lead has absorbed very less, that's why it goes very less inside. Okay. Let us try to understand this structure. The amount of heat energy required to raise the temperature of a unit mass of an object by 1 degree Celsius is called specific heat of that object. This is very important point. Remember and by heart it. Even this table is very important. Water. specific heat calorie 1.0, paraffin 0.54 degrees Celsius, kerosene 0.52 degrees Celsius, aluminium 0.215 degrees Celsius, iron 0.110 degrees Celsius, copper 0.095 degrees Celsius, silver 0.056 degrees Celsius, mercury 0.033 degrees Celsius. You need to by heart everything. You need to remember this. Now the last part of the chapter, that is the heat exchange. If heat is exchanged between the hot and the cold object, the temperature of the cold object goes increasing. Why? Because it gains energy. And the temperature of the hot object goes on decreasing because it is losing the energy. Have you understood the heat exchange? The change in the temperature continues till the temperature of the both the objects attain the same value. In the process, the cold object gains heat and the hot object loses the heat energy. Let us remember this principle, which is written in the black dark letter. Heat energy lost by the hot object is equal to heat energy gained by the cold object. This principle is of heat exchange, which will be helpful for you to solve the sums. There are a lot of rules over here. This paragraph is also very important. For solving the sums, you need to by heart all the rules. Hence, you can solve the sums very easily. I hope you have understood the chapter heat. If you have any doubts, you can write down in the comment box so I can make another video explaining your doubts. If you need any other video of any other chapter, any other subject, please write down in the comment box. Please like my video, share more and more to your friends, and subscribe my channel to get more and more notifications of my video immediately. Thank you. Have a great day.